78-year-old grandmother walked into the ER complaining of a cough she'd had for weeks. The doctors gave her antibiotics and sent her home. 3 days later, she was back, gasping for air, her lips turning blue. They rushed her to intensive care, thinking it was pneumonia. But when they finally ran one simple blood test, they found something that made every doctor in that room go silent. This wasn't pneumonia. This wasn't a lung infection. What they discovered was eating her alive from the inside. And the terrifying part? Her regular cough had been screaming warnings for months. How did everyone miss this? And could your loved one be next? Mrs. Dorothy, 78 years old, retired elementary school teacher from a quiet suburban neighborhood. The kind of grandmother who never missed Sunday dinner with her family, who still baked cookies for the neighbors, who walked her golden retriever every morning without fail. Her daughter, Sarah, remembers her mom as someone who never complained. She was tough as nails, Sarah told me. She raised 4 kids, worked full-time for 40 years. If she said something was wrong, you knew it was serious. But here's the thing. It started so innocently. Just a dry cough. The kind you get after a cold that lingers a little too long. Dorothy figured it was allergies. Maybe the changing seasons. Her family noticed she seemed more tired than usual, needing afternoon naps, moving a bit slower on those morning walks. But she was 78. Wasn't that just normal aging? We feel so guilty now, Sarah said, her voice breaking. We just thought she was getting older. We told her to rest more, drink tea, take it easy. Dorothy's husband of 55 years brushed it off too. She'd had coughs before, he explained. Never thought twice about it. For 3 months, this went on. 3 months of a cough that wouldn't quit. 3 months of everyone, including Dorothy herself, assuming it was nothing serious. 3 months of something deadly growing stronger inside her body, hiding behind the most common symptom in the world. Cough that seemed totally, completely normal. Week 4 of the cough, Dorothy finally went to her family doctor. He listened to her lungs, heard nothing alarming, and diagnosed bronchitis. Prescribed antibiotics and a cough suppressant. Give it 2 weeks, he said. You'll be fine. 2 weeks passed. The cough remained. But now something new appeared. Dorothy started feeling short of breath walking up her driveway, then climbing stairs, then just moving from the couch to the kitchen. I thought maybe I was out of shape, Dorothy admitted later. I figured I needed to exercise more. Her appetite started dropping. Food didn't taste right. She'd lost 8 pounds without trying. Her family celebrated. Good for you, Mom. You're looking great. Nobody realized her body was crying for help. Then came the night sweats, waking up drenched, changing pajamas twice before morning. Dorothy mentioned it at her next doctor visit. Probably menopause, the doctor said. Dorothy didn't have the heart to tell him she'd gone through menopause 25 years ago. By month 3, Dorothy felt constantly exhausted. Brain fog rolled in. She'd forget why she walked into a room, miss appointments, repeat the same stories to her husband. We started worrying about dementia, Sarah confessed. We made an appointment with a neurologist. But before that appointment came, Dorothy woke up one morning barely able to breathe. Her husband found her sitting on the edge of the bed, gasping like a fish out of water, her face pale as snow. He called 911 immediately. Something was terribly, terribly wrong. In the ER, Dorothy's oxygen levels were dangerously low, 82%, when normal is above 95%. They rushed her into intensive care, hooked her up to high-flow oxygen, and started running tests. The first chest X-ray showed fluid in her lungs. Pneumonia, the ER doctor declared confidently. They started her on 4 antibiotics, stronger ones this time. We'll have you home in a few days, Mrs. Dorothy. But the antibiotics did nothing. Day 2 in the ICU, her breathing got worse. They ordered a CT scan. The pulmonologist frowned at the results. This doesn't look like typical pneumonia, she muttered. There's inflammation, but the pattern is unusual. Was it heart failure? They ran an echocardiogram. Her heart looked fine. Was it a blood clot in her lungs? They did a special scan. No clots. Was it lung cancer? The radiologist saw some suspicious spots. They scheduled a biopsy. The family braced for the worst. Meanwhile, Dorothy kept deteriorating. Now she needed even more oxygen. The respiratory therapist mentioned putting her on a ventilator. Sarah and her siblings sat in the waiting room, terrified, praying their mother would survive long enough to get answers. I kept thinking, how did a simple cough turn into this? Sarah said, how did we go from cough drops and tea to my mom fighting for her life? One of the ICU nurses noticed something odd. Has anyone checked her autoimmune markers? She asked the doctor during rounds. That simple question changed everything. The blood test came back the next morning. The doctor walked into Dorothy's room with a tablet in her hand and an expression the family couldn't read. Mrs. Dorothy, she said carefully, you don't have pneumonia. You don't have lung cancer. What you have is something called hypersensitivity pneumonitis. But more specifically, we found something else. Your antibody levels are through the roof. You have an autoimmune condition called Sjögren syndrome with interstitial lung disease. The family stared blankly. The doctor explained, Sjögren's is an autoimmune disease where your immune system attacks your own body, primarily your moisture-producing glands, but in Dorothy's case, it was also attacking her lungs. The dry cough, that was her damaged lung tissue trying to repair itself and failing. The fatigue, night sweats, weight loss, all her immune system in overdrive, fighting a war against her own body. It's rare, the doctor continued, only about 10 to 20% of Sjögren's patients develop lung involvement. But it mimics everything, bronchitis, pneumonia, even cancer. That's why it took so long to diagnose. Here's what made this terrifying. Dorothy had no idea she had Sjögren's. She'd never had the classic symptoms most people know about, dry eyes and dry mouth. Her version attacked her lungs first. Silent, deadly, masquerading as the most innocent symptom imaginable. If we hadn't caught it, the doctor paused. If that nurse hadn't suggested the autoimmune panel, you might have had weeks left, Dorothy. Maybe less. The room went silent. Dorothy started treatment immediately, high-dose steroids to calm the immune response, plus immunosuppressant medications to prevent further lung damage. Within 72 hours, she could breathe easier. Within a week, she was off oxygen completely. Felt like a miracle, Dorothy said, like I'd been given my life back. Today, 6 months later, Dorothy is walking her dog again. She's back at Sunday dinners. She takes medication daily and sees her rheumatologist regularly. But she's alive. She's here. But her story taught her family, and should teach all of us, critical lessons. 1. Never ignore a cough that lasts more than 3 weeks, especially in seniors. Push for a chest X-ray or CT scan. 2. Watch for the subtle 3. Unexplained weight loss, night sweats, and fatigue. Together, these are red flags for something systemic. 3. If antibiotics don't work within 5 to 7 days, demand more tests. Don't accept give it time if symptoms worsen. 4. Always ask, could this be autoimmune? Autoimmune diseases are often overlooked in elderly patients because symptoms mimic aging or other conditions. 5. Trust your gut. If something feels wrong, keep advocating. Sarah wishes she'd pushed harder earlier. Dorothy's message to other families: don't assume it's just old age. Don't wait until your loved one can't breathe. A cough is your body's alarm bell, listen to it. Her husband added quietly, we almost lost her because everyone, including us, thought it was normal. It wasn't. From a dismissed cough, to a life-threatening autoimmune attack, to a diagnosis that saved Dorothy's life in the final hour. This grandmother's story is a wake-up call for every family with aging loved ones. Here's what I need you to do. If this story resonated with you, if it made you think of your mom, your grandma, your neighbor, hit that like button right now. It helps this message reach families who desperately need to hear it. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our deep dive medical mysteries. Every week, we uncover the cases doctors almost got wrong, the symptoms that hide in plain sight, and the lessons that could save someone you love. Drop a comment below. Has a normal symptom ever turned out to be something serious for someone you know? Share your story, it might help someone watching.